Hi guys, this is Dr. Sadasivam once again. And today in the Times of India, I came across a very beautiful article which is how we can insulate ourselves from the negative forces. It talks about a Zen student asking his master. He was sitting on the shores of the ocean and he asked his master, why do fishes want to jump out of the water? And for that, the Zen master quietly replies, because they want to explore something new. But life is nothing but evolution and growth, much in the same manner. What happens to the fish happens to each and every human being on a constant basis. Every time our conscience, which is present in each one of us, is like a fish which wants to come out, which means it wants to explore something new and it wants to evolve and grow. Everybody's conscience has two sides. One is a positive force and one is a negative force. Typically, when you talk about the negative force, it's something like a zero sum game. Whenever the negative force increases, the positive force decreases, and vice versa. Now, how do we insulate ourselves from the negative forces? For example, before thinking in terms of how to reduce the negative forces, we need to define what those negative forces are. One of the most negative forces, fear and greed. Most of us have that within us. But how do we insulate ourselves? That's the question. Whenever we try to offset the effects of fear, we tend to feel that money and power will be able to reduce that component, but actually not. The greatest religious philosophers, they all have said that one of the best and most effective antidotes to fear is hope, faith, and that remains the only antidote to fear. Always trust. When one door closes, the other door opens. This optimistic outlook is in the spiritual literature called as Atma Smaranam, which is called as self-confidence. Okay, I will be coming out with a video on self-confidence also. But generally speaking, if we are in a position to isolate from fear using this antidote of hope, then the worldly forces will lose its power to attack us, to affect us. Normally, each one of us, irrespective of whoever we are, irrespective of our positions, irrespective of geographical borders, there is a higher thing, higher center within each human being. All the time they are communicating something to us. Irrespective of whoever the person is, the higher centers within us always communicates good things, always the good things with us. But it is up to us whether we want to listen to that or not listen to that. So one of the best antidotes to that is to submit ourselves to the will of God. Now, can we just do that? Or is there anything required? Of course, that is required. That is what is enforced, reinforced by a lot of Vedic texts, typically Karma Yoga. Action is the insignia of life. Action is a lot superior to inaccess. Along with faith, we need to continuously do our duty, do what is required. Okay. Once these two come, then they are one of the most effective antidotes to counter all the negative forces. And thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. And this is Dr. Sadashivam signing off. Thank you very much.